lend his stature to bring up the name of IIBF. Prof. Kamil has proposed a few names. They had sent offer letters. We have yet to receive whether they have, or at least one person have accepted the offer or not. So this is beyond professorship. I think this is more on very distinguished professor stature. Ladies and gentlemen, this initiative demonstrated by IRTI in creating a unique IRTI corner at our library in IIBF reflects positively on IRTI's commitment and resolve in promoting the development of Islamic finance. As it is, IIBF, I have been told that they have managed to gather more than 500 theses in Islamic finance in Arabic, English and French language. And more than 100 publications have been placed by IRTI in the IRTI corner. I think this is good, and we hope to get more people to contribute their thesis. And last but not least, I wish again to record our appreciation to Yang Berbahagia Prof. Dato' Azmi for his immense effort. We hope and pray that if this his legacy, it will be stay and measured in the hereafter, inshallah. And I am confident that this event today will be a stepping stone for a very fruitful cooperation and future for all of us. Thank you. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Datuk Seri, for the speech. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I now have the distinct pleasure to respectfully invite the Honorable Professor Datuk Dr. Muhammad Azmi Omar, Director General of IRTI, Islamic Research and Training Center, to deliver his speech. Please welcome Datuk.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Yang berbahagia Profesor Datuk Seri Dr. Zailah Kamaruddin, Director of International Islamic University Malaysia. Yang berbahagia Profesor Dr. Ahmad Faris Ismail, Deputy Director Research and Innovation. Yang berbahagia Profesor Dr. Ahmad Kamil Maidin Mira, the Dean of IIBF. Honorable Senior Management of IIUM. My colleague from IRTI, Dr. Hilmun. Honorable Professors and Academia from IIUM. As well as from IIBF here, students of IIBF, members of the media, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. First, let me thank IIBF and of course the university for organizing this event. This is the second, in fact, donation, second university. We have started this IRTI Corner this year. In fact, what we are doing is that we are distributing our books to 56 member countries of IDB, again to promote the development of Islamic finance globally. Let me share with you what we have done. And I came back here for the IFSB summit, which started today officially, and we had a pre-summit starting on Monday. You know, I try to keep up with the pace of the president of IDB. Normally, president of IDB, when he comes, he will sleep when traveling from Jeddah to a country. The moment he reach, he will go to the hotel, and 1 hour later he will go out and have meetings, and will stay on until late night. So I did the same thing on Monday. I reached at 10 o'clock in the morning. 12:30 I was already in Sasana Kijang until 7:30 in the evening. We have a workshop with IFSB, a joint workshop. What we're doing now is, we call it midterm review. This midterm review is essentially to create a building blocks for global Islamic financial services industry. You know, many countries are now keen to implement Islamic finance in the home countries, and they do not know how to go about doing this. So what we are doing now is we are preparing, with consultation from the industries, from the market players, from regulators, and from key institutions like IFSB and other what we call infrastructure institutions, to come up with the framework to develop Islamic finance in their countries. So in this manner, those countries can then look at our framework, the strategic framework, and use this to develop and to spearhead the development of Islamic finance. So the impact of this work is very significant in the sense that it will help not only member countries but also other countries when they implement Islamic finance. What are the benefits for IBF? Obviously, the human capital side. When those countries implement Islamic finance, then obviously they will need manpower. So one of the benefits that you can get from our exercise will be the manpower requirements. So this is one of the key things we have done. The other thing what we have done since I joined IRTI is that we have changed the way we do research, or the focus of our research. We understand universities because I come from a university, but what we have done is that we have changed into policy research. So we are doing a lot of policy research now, policy advice to countries to implement Islamic finance. So this is part of the thing that we are doing. In fact, this very moment, we have from Sunday to tomorrow, today, we are helping Egyptian government on issuing sukuk. So we have a training program to almost 200 Ministry of Finance officials, central banks officials on how to go about issuing sukuk. Because you know Egypt is very keen to issue sukuk. So we are doing this in many countries, member countries. So our approach is that our clients are essentially governments. We don't deal with private sector, we deal with governments, central bank, Ministry of Finance officials, and the other ministries in implementing, as I said, Islamic finance. So every country that we do, we try as much as possible to support the development of Islamic finance. And for universities, we provide two ways. One is, of course, giving books on Islamic finance, Islamic economics, as well as the other one is we also have some scholarships and research grants. And I'm glad to share with you today that one of our brothers here and sisters will be soon receiving a letter about research grant. The one sitting next to Prof. Ismawi, I do not know who the person is. Okay. And the other one is also on IIUM. Next week, we are having our annual meeting in Tajikistan, whereby Prof. Faris and the team will be after that, because we need to bring to our board, officially receive after that Prof. Ismawi on the project of Islamic University of Afghanistan. You know, Afghanistan government wants to establish Islamic University, and they were looking at a model. And they approached IDB, and of course people in IDB will look at me, can you help? So I said, well, there's a very important university in Malaysia that I know of who can help you, and it's where I came from. Okay. So, you know, the process in IDB is long, although we have been talking about this since last year, but the decision-making process takes some time, and partly because we have to bring to our Board of Governors, and our Board of Governors are Minister of Finance. And so the process is lengthy, but the decision has been made at the bank's level. So next week it will be brought to the Board of Governors for final endorsement. The project is funded by, again, partly IDB and partly the Afghanistan government. And that will be one of the series of activities that I think IIUM will be involved. Another one is still in the pipeline. I cannot announce because I think that takes some time for negotiation. But inshallah, I think we will continue to support IIUM wherever possible, so that we can really bring Islamic finance and, of course, the universities together. And secondly, what we are doing also is, apart from the, as we said, the policy research, we also want to collaborate with universities in the context of academic research, in the sense that I tell universities that we should differentiate, because IRTI used to be very much academic. We focus on policy. You can focus on areas that I think that can help the basic research and to a certain extent applied research for the industry. And to that extent, we are also working with a number of banks, plus one institution in the US called Global Association of Risk Professionals, GAP. This project that is currently, again, led by my colleague, Dr. Hilmon, we are documenting the best risk management practices of Islamic banks globally. Because currently, there is no standard practice for risk management for Islamic banks. So what we're doing now is We have started the first phase of the work last year, and this year, again, part of the first phase, but bringing in more banks. So we are taking banks from Southeast Asia, banks from Middle East, banks from Europe that are implementing Islamic banking, to come up with this global practice, the best global practice of Islamic banks. Okay, and this best practice will then be disseminated to banks globally for them to adopt in managing their risk. And the first risk that we're looking at is from Murabah point of view. So all risks related to Murabah, and subsequently we're going into other risks as well. So this is examples of what we're doing now, working with industries, working with regulators, and also working with universities in order to spearhead the development of Islamic finance. Because at the end of the day, the raison d'etre of IRTI is to support and promote the development of Islamic finance, Islamic economics. For your information, some people might not know what IRTI is all about. See, IRTI is one of the entities or subsidiaries of IDB. That's why we call it IDB Group. IDB Group consists of IDB, and then we have 4 subsidiaries. One of them is called ICD, the Islamic Cooperation. This is for private sector development. We invest in private sector companies. The equivalent of ICD is IFC for World Bank. World Bank, and they have IFC. That's the equivalent. Second subsidiary is called ITFC, Islamic Trade Finance Corporation. We have, I think, your colleague of Haji Ali, Ayub, is there. The trade finance. So we do trade finance. So we help countries to import and export trade finance. So we call it ITFC. And the third one is called ISAC, for insurance, takaful. Again, takaful, we don't provide commercial takaful, we provide government guarantees, sovereign risk. When a country, say, for example, want to raise sukuk, they need to get guarantee. Okay, so our subsidiary comes in to support and provide that guarantee. So ISAC. And the fourth entity is IRTI, where I'm heading. So 4 subsidiaries and 4 different entities. But of course, these entities are under the IDB group, and like the whole group, we have group IDB group meeting. And let me share with you, the president of IDB is 83 years old, very old if you look. But our meeting starts Saturdays and Sundays at 8 o'clock in the morning. Even IIUM, I didn't experience 8 o'clock in the mornings. But in Jeddah, we have to be in the office at least by 7:30 in the morning, because our management meeting starts at 8 o'clock. That's Saturday, Sunday, 2 days a week. So my advice to you, if you want to